Well, good morning, and another lovely morning it is too. In fact, it's so nice I've got the insect repellent and the sun cream on, even though it's 6 in the morning. Obviously I'm down in the forest. It's going to be a very bright and very warm day, and I really need to exclude sky from my shots, so I'm going to work on small compositions like the one you can see behind me. Now, what I like about this initial composition is the simplicity, but I am dependent on a bit of light coming through to illuminate those foreground ferns. So I've got to wait a little bit. I'm all set up though. I've got the camera with a standard lens on, 150mm. Set it down to f/22, might move it to f/32 to get a bit more depth of field. And I'm going to start shooting it, I think, with black and white with FP4, but I may also take a colour shot if that light comes through and really picks out those leaves. Well, I've come into a little clearing now and the sun's broken through, and I've got an absolutely stunning green tree behind me. Now, this is screaming for Ektar. This is a really beautiful green. It's glowing. I don't want to waste it on black and white, so I have taken 2 frames of Ektar. The sun did change slightly during the exposure. It came out a bit stronger, so the first one was 2 seconds at f/32 and the second one I took at 1 second. So between the two of them, I'm pretty sure I'll have a good shot in there. And it's been quite tricky this morning because it is now well into summer. Everything's green and the light is so harsh, it's just ridiculous. So I'm having to find things which are in partial shade or total shade and think about cutting right in. I'm not going to do any wide shots today. I just cannot get that sky into the frame. It's just so bright and there's actually no colour in it at all. Well, I'm really having to work for my shots today. This forest is almost impenetrable at this time of year, and there's lots of little wetland areas, as you can see behind or in front of me. Now this makes traversing the forest quite tricky, I mean, very tricky in fact, but there are some compositions to be had. I can tantalisingly get glimpses of shots through the trees, but I can't find a way of getting towards the water's edge, and there'd be certainly no way of setting the camera up there. But I am going to persevere, because imagine if I did get a good one, I'd be absolutely made up. Well, on the way back through the impenetrable forest, where I've just lost my sit mat by the way, and I ain't going back in there to try and find it. I think I'll just buy another one from Amazon, and ironically now I could do with a sit mat because I've actually spotted a composition. Ooh, can you see it behind me? It's going back the way I came, and I just love the little path that leads down to the little bridge crossing over the stream. This time I'm going to shoot it in black and white though. This is much more shape, form. The colour's nice, but you know, it's a bit much. It's a bit overpoweringly green. Whereas I think in black and white I can actually bring out some of the atmosphere in this place, which I'm actually feeling more now since I managed to take that shot earlier. Well, all in all, I'm feeling a lot more positive than I was a bit earlier, because, I don't know, I've just seemed to find that groove. You know what it's like when you're struggling to do something. It always gets harder, and sometimes when you sort of just relax, it makes it a lot easier. I've just found this composition sorts itself out. I've put the standard 150mm Nikkor lens on, and it looks great under the ground glass. I mean, I'm totally happy with it. Just got to make a few tweaks and adjustments and take the picture. I'm actually thinking I'm going to shoot it with FP4, and I've also brought some Rollei Infrared. That'll give very long exposures here because it's very, very slow film, and that'll actually introduce a little bit of movement into the branches. But I actually think that'll actually improve the shot. It'll give it a nice feel. Well, I'm done for the morning. Not a bad little outing, about 4 hours in the forest, and a few nice shots to show for it. So I do hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you again on the next trip.